Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with this channel or are watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here we talk about everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called uncommon sense. I just want to let everybody know that we are currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. As always, I just want to give a huge shout out to all those that have already subscribed to my channel. And I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who watch my content on a regular basis. And I thank all of you for allowing me to come into your devices. You have literally millions of other creators here on social media, and some of you has seen fit to allow me to come into your homes. And to all those, I just wish to say thank you very much. Now, if you have not done so, what I'm going to ask everyone to do is to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do prepare content, you will have the opportunity um, to either catch my material live or catch it on the playback. So that being said, now I see here there are currently 3 people that are viewing the stream. And to those, I just want to say thank you very much. In a few minutes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link and I'm going to let anyone who wishes um, to join the panel to do so. Now this afternoon is going to be an open panel discussion, meaning what it's not nothing really structured as far as a thing. What I will be discussing, excuse me, will be regarding season 3 about common sense. And I just want to say that I am amazed and humbled by the amount of support that all of you have seen fit. In a span of 3 months, I have doubled the number of subs that I have had previously. And it just shows that there are people like yourselves who deem my content to be worthy to be received. And I just want to say thank you very much. So I'm going to be discussing a recap regarding season 3. But before we do that, we're going to have another round of what the heck this is. Now, today's recipient of the dubious honor of what the heck it is, it goes to all the naysayers who have said last year that my channel will never get any growth. Okay. As I stated before, thanks to you, I double the subs I have. Not only that, but I'm getting a faithful following. Um, Now, to be fair, most of the people who do view my content are men, and over 50% of those are those from 55 to 64. Now, what I'm going to do is going into season 4, I'm going to try and see if I can encourage more participation from the ladies. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to have topics that they might be interested in, and hopefully, some of them will be brave enough to join the platform and express their point of view. Now, in the beginning of the year, uh, I started conducting interviews, and I interviewed several individuals. The people that I have the pleasure interviewing were K Fit Now, then Denise Gonzalez, then the introvert Boricua, Morena Reyes, the 18th Letter, and Sans and Satin. So I just want to say to all those people, thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to interview all of you on my platform. Now I'm just going to show you what's going to be the theme for season 4 for those who do not know it. The thing is going to be separating truth from fiction. Okay. And why are we going to have this? Why just one thing? Anyone that's familiar with social media, there's a great deal of information that's trying to be portrayed as truth, but as fiction. So as a result, what I'm going to be doing is trying to actually bring the truth and separate it from fiction. Okay. So I'm going to have, of course, I'm going to be doing 3 streams. Um, I'm going to do 2 streams, which will be structured live calling shows, and one that's going to be like an open discussion. Now, eventually, I'm going to be moving out of Sundays, and my schedule is going to be like Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. Now, getting back to the recap of season 3. Oh, before I do that, let me just enter the link. Just give me a moment. Okay. The link is in the chat. Now, one thing I will ask, and I neglected to add this earlier. Everyone is welcome to enter their comments in the chat. Everyone is welcome to express their opinions. I do ask that you try to keep it respectable. And as long as no one tries to out-talk me or my guests or disrespect anyone, we will be fine. The minute that you do not comply with these requests, you will be eventually removed. And it's that simple. Now, Also, as far as interviews, I also did some unique and interesting topics. Um, One topic was a shout out to all the moms. And I see here, okay, good afternoon, Gigi. And thank you very much for entering your comments. And again, I just want to highly commend you. You did an excellent job interviewing Visions of Asia. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to catch some of her material, and I find it to be very interesting and enlightening. And what I want to ask that, um, you know, if you want to know more about Visions of Asia, um, in one of the last streams that Gigi did, she interviewed Visions of Asia, who is a young biracial YouTuber with a substantial following. And it's gratifying to see that there are positive young people out there. And it just goes to show that yes, there are positive millennials out there. Yes, there are positive biracial and multiracial people. You're welcome, Gigi. Just want to make sure that you get the credit that's due, and also trying to encourage the audience to catch Visions of Asia. And by all means, if you have not done so, please check out Golden Goddess's channel. Um, she does post a lot of material. So going back now, of course, when it comes to things like a shout out to the mothers or the fathers, as I did last month, it could be delicate issues. And why do I say that? It is because of the fact that, first of all, let's keep it 100. Not everyone is blessed with a wholesome and positive relationship with their parents or with those who played the parental role. And of course, it's always a touchy situation when a person loses a parent. So it could be a little bittersweet. Um, of course, all of you know that 2 years ago, I lost my older sister and my mom, but they are both in a better place, and they both live in my heart. And we have the 18th letter. Hello, Rakeem. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Also, the 18th letter does have a channel. So I'm going to ask, if you have not done so, please consider subscribing to his channel. Rakeem, the link is in the chat if you wish to enter the panel. Okay. So and of course, those of you who saw the shout out to the fathers, it did get a little spicy towards the end, due to the fact that an individual who will remain nameless attempted to join the panel and try to take over the stream, which of course that individual was removed. So also I've dealt with some what some people would consider highly controversial issues. Now, last month, being that it was Gay Pride Month, what I did was I had a stream devoted completely to the alphabet, what's known as the alphabet community. Okay, and the alphabet community consists of those who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, intolerant, questioning, and everything else. The whole purpose of the stream was not to condemn their lifestyle, nor endorse their lifestyle, but simply to have a discussion regarding the community because they are there, they do exist, and I also share some history in regards to the alphabet community. And there is a history behind that that goes before the Stonewall Inn. So I'm going to ask if you have not done so, uh, please take a look. It is a rather long stream. It's about 2 or 3 hours long, but I think you will find it to be interesting. I'm just going to step away for a moment. Please excuse me. My apologies. Now, of course, one thing that's been a constant uh, pain in my behind has been the situation regarding my internet service. Everybody knows that, excuse me, I have had multiple problems with my internet service for a long time. Meaning there have been times, oops, meaning there have been times where the internet speed has been slow. There have been times where I've been kicked off the platform, times that guests of mine have been kicked off the platform. So, however, I am in the process of getting that resolved. And hopefully that will be resolved in time for the beginning of season 4. Now, I also dealt with another issue, which was why do people have issues with female YouTube creators? Now, the reason why we got into this discussion is because, unfortunately, it is a known fact that there have been certain YouTube creators who are females who were victims of harassment, who were threatened with violence, who were threatened with sexual assault. There have been false allegations made, and a large part of it has to do with the fact that you have certain individuals here in these YouTube streets that cannot tolerate anyone stating an opposing view. Okay, and we have a comment. Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Okay, now, now the reason why I chose to discuss this matter because I wanted to bring it to the surface, and I happen to know one YouTube creator who decided to end her platform. Um, I wish anyone that leaves well. Hopefully, at some point, the the person in question will return. Maybe they might have to do things differently. Maybe the solution might have to be to do closed panels, because unfortunately, you have certain people have misconceptions regarding YouTube. Some people say it's a perfect opportunity to say crap about other people. Some people treat it as it was a hookup place or Tinder, and then they get upset when they get rebuffed by certain YouTube creators. It is part. I mean, large part of it has to do with the fact that certain people were never taught how to interact with others very well. Okay. Um, Another issue which we did discuss was who's winning the battle of the sexes. Now, when it comes to topics like that, I always try to get both male and female to participate because I believe in giving a fair and equal um, you know, information. And as you can tell, I asked numerous times for the ladies to appear on the platform, and only two actually did. One briefly, and the other one, and and I'm sure the person, the female in question, felt like um, a little bit defensive. Now, of course, I try to keep it fair. I do try to keep it equal. Another topic which was heavily heated was the question regarding toxic femininity. Now, despite the fact that on numerous occasions during the stream, I stated the following: not all women are toxic. There are many great, strong, powerful, independent ladies out there. There are many ladies that got their stuff together. There are many ladies who are actually um, are very professional, very educated, high values. Unfortunately, we do have some ladies that's not the case, and of course we have toxic men. And that was the first time they actually did a three-part series. And unfortunately, for the most part, most of the participants were men. And I want to make this perfectly clear. I encourage everybody to come on the platform and express their views. And this is not an echo chamber. I mean, the last thing I want to treat this as a cult. We can all disagree, and the fact of the matter is, we can learn even in disagreements. And what's a good example of it? Last year, when I had my stream regarding C-19, whether the pandemic is over. And of course, I had my point of view, which at the time was not. And then Denise Gonzalez had her point of view, stating that the pandemic was over. Um, Denise submitted her facts. I submitted mine. And in the end, I came to the conclusion. Um, it is a health crisis. Yes. Pandemic? I don't think so. Okay. And that was the result. I apologize. I'm just I'm hungry and I'm eating. So that was the result of an exchange of views, exchange of points, in which I learned some truth from Denise, and Denise learned some truth from me. So another issue that we had to deal with, which was things not things you shouldn't say to a person who are grieving. Now, the reason why we got into this discussion is because from time to time we're going to attend funerals, and we're going to do we will do our best to offer our condolences, our support. Unfortunately, at times we mean well, but we say the darn stupidest things, such as um, he's in a better place, or you can have another child, or you can get another spouse, or what have you. Again, I mean, for the most part, mean well in what they say, but sometimes we say stupid things, and I have been guilty as well. And now we have another guest. I have a guest. So, um, the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the present of the channel, the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your right to the images to the channel. Um, those who appear to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol will be removed from the platform. Um, what the views may say may be considered offensive to others. If you don't like the channel, you like the content, you can block the channel. Okay, and now we're going to bring in.
Hey, Jose.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, before you continue, I just want to highly commend your interview that you had with Visions of Asia, and as a result, I subscribed to her channel and actually caught some of her material yesterday.
Oh, yeah, she has an awesome channel. Thank you, Jose.
You're welcome. And I hope at some point there will be other interviews.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to
Yeah.
interview a bunch of people.
Okay. Well, one thing I do notice that you appear to be very well prepared for your interview.
Thank you. I mean, it didn't go like perfect. It did have a couple hiccups, but it was pretty good. I appreciate you.
No, it's okay. You know why? Because one thing, we have to show appreciation to other YouTube creators, okay? And sometimes they don't always get the recognition that they deserve. Sometimes, unfortunately, and I think you know this better than a lot of people, a lot of creators get a lot of hate,
Yeah.
okay? So, how's Multi doing?
She's doing well. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm eating, but I worked all day and I gotta, I came up for a couple minutes to show you some support, but then I gotta take a shower. I gotta go to sleep for like 4 or 5 hours and then get back up and work all night. So I'm tired as hell. So I am munching in your ear. I'm sorry, but
It's okay.
Multi's doing well.
It's okay. I'm eating too. I just got home like a few minutes before I went on the air because I actually went to the Bronx Dominican Day Parade.
Oh, how was that?
It was nice, and actually I had the opportunity to meet up with Don Armando again.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yes, it's not every day that we get to spend some time with other YouTube creators other than this platform. And
Exactly.
you know, and the fact of the matter is this: it could be almost a thankless job at times. We go through the time and effort. We try to prepare our material, and then you have certain individuals who will troll, who and then will try to disrupt the stream. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
I had to like block several people from my platform.
Oh, really? What were they saying?
They were saying anti-Latino stuff. Um,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, and believe me, and anyone and anyone who does state any anti-biracial or multiracial stuff will be just as removed as well because I do not tolerate that.
Yeah. That's a whole nother aspect of it is just getting the chat in line because sometimes the chat be off the chain, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the one problem that I've been trying to deal with is trying to encourage more of the ladies to join the panel, because I think I don't okay, perhaps they feel a little bit nervous or intimidated, but I do try to create a safe zone for everyone to join.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Like for
Maybe it's the
example,
times too, because you usually
you
do
know
your
what?
streams kind of around not like great probably times for people because they're just getting off work or they're making dinner or.
I understand that, and believe me, in fact, that's something I'm trying to remedy that itself. So so basically, what I'm gonna try to do is starting next week, just air like in the evening hours completely. Um,
Hmm.
Hopefully, that will get um,
If you look,
some.
if you look into your analytics, it'll tell you what days and times that your most of your audience is online. Have you noticed
Yeah,
that in your analytics? It tells you, and you can plan
I,
accordingly. That helps too.
yeah, I can do that. You see, part of the problem is uh, I support multiple platforms.
Yeah,
So
me too.
it could be it could be a bit of a challenge. Like for example, I do try not to go on the air at the same time because I do like to support the other platforms because they've been good to me
Yeah.
as well. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that people realize that, like, it takes a lot of time and effort and hours just to make videos, but that's only one part of it as far as YouTube goes. It's also supporting other content creators because you really can't get that far if you're not networking. You can, but it's going to take longer. And so, supporting other people's platforms, that's hours and hours and hours and hours as well.
That's true. I just want to acknowledge that Reese from Philly's on the chat. Good afternoon, sir.
Hey, Reese.
Yeah, yeah. That is a challenge. In fact, believe it or not, on one Saturday, I actually appeared, including on my platform, 4 or 5 platforms.
You what?
I actually appeared, including my platform, like about 4 or 5,
Oh, wow.
because I for me it's important to not just to encourage my subscribers to support the other creators, but it's also important for me to do what I can to be there just to show a little love.
Yeah, exactly. I do too. I try, but you see, even with the issue that we have, it's like sometimes it's not enough hours in the day to make everybody happy. That's just kind of part of the game as well, I've realized. So I just try to do what I can do and that's it. You know what I mean? Because I got a
No,
busy
but
ass. My life is way more busy than what it used to be.
well, you have I'm we're not going to get into details, but you have a love you have a love that you're doing right now. Okay,
Yeah,
and
for sure. It's crazy.
and you know what? And you know what? It's easy. to criticize because criticism doesn't require a lot of thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, it would help if if people would be a little bit more understanding, and and try to put themselves in the other person's place. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, okay, I'm going to be the first one to admit it. I did not have your experiences. Okay. Um,
Uh-huh.
okay, I'm a Latino, born and raised in the United States. So
Mm-hmm.
our culture by nature is mixed, because we have
Mm-hmm.
influences from the so-called indigenous people from Africa and from Spain. So we're multiracial to begin with. The difference is, with us, we think more in the lines of our nationality, not so much phenotype.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you do have some Latinos that are obsessed with their phenotype.
Yeah.
But I just want you to rest assure you, Gigi, not all of us are like that.
Oh, I don't have any type of biases or prejudices or anything against Latinos. Like, I totally get it. I do understand the culture probably even more than you know, because like I said, my ex-husband was Puerto Rican. I've lived in Puerto Rico. My kids are half Puerto Rican. Like, I get it.
Okay, so how is su español?
Um, I understand more than I can speak, to be honest. Yeah.
Well,
But it's not too bad. I mean,
okay.
it's not too good, but it's not too bad.
Um, don't
If I run into somebody who doesn't know how to speak any English at all, like, I can communicate with them.
well, don't feel so bad, because I'm more gringo than Latino.
Your Spanish isn't that good?
Actually, okay. When I was growing up, it was. You see, the thing is, I had a weird situation. I was taught. I was not encouraged to speak Spanish. I was encouraged to practice on my English. So
Mm-hmm.
it's only in my later years that I got proficient enough so I can at least have a conversation. And actually, I have done complete streams in Spanish.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So okay.
So
So
it can't be too bad then.
no, I mean, you know what? It's possible. Let's put it that way. It's
Okay.
possible. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but um, any plans as far as your channel's concerned in the near future?
To be honest, I'm just trying to catch up because, like I said, I'm extremely busy. So
Yeah.
the only plans that I really have right now for my channel is trying to secure more high profile interviews. I was doing that with my old channel already, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to continue on that path. Everybody seems to like when I do Golden Winfrey, so I'll probably get my Oprah on or whatever. But I also started a TikTok because you got to have more than one eggs in your basket. I want to look into Twitch. Don't you have Twitch? What's up with that over there?
Okay. I'm apologize. I'm eating. Well,
It's okay. But I thought I heard you say that you did Switch as well.
yes, I did. I did Twitch. It's another platform now. Um, with now you see, I use StreamYard, but I pay for the StreamYard service. So therefore,
Mm-hmm.
I can have up to 9 guests on my panel.
Mm-hmm.
And what I will do is, I will do my live streams or my videos on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Twitch is another platform.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what happened is, I have people who are friends of mine who Facebook who
Okay.
who do not know about my YouTube channel, but yet they see my content.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
what it is, what I'm trying to.
how do you get paid over there? Like, what do you have to have in order to get monetized?
Okay. Well, I haven't. Okay, I'm not at the point when I'm being monetized, but I do pay. Oh, see, I pay for the version of StreamYard I have as a paid service. I think it's like $25 a month. I
Mm-hmm.
am nowhere. I am nowhere near to getting monetized. I mean, for that you have to have 1,000 subs, and your content must be watched for 4,000 hours.
No,
In
no, no,
fact,
not YouTube. I mean, on that Switch, you can't get monetized over there.
that I will have to look into.
Yeah, because I haven't done the research either, but I want to look into all of that. Because I know on TikTok you got to have 10,000 followers to get monetized.
Hmm.
But I'm already over 500 and I've only been doing it 2 weeks. So, I mean, it's looking pretty good for TikTok for me. Uh,
Well, you know,
YouTube is going to be a little bit more of a struggle because I'm starting over, but I think TikTok will move faster. But I'm going to do both.
well, you know what? We learn from the mistakes that we've made,
That was a big
and
mistake, Jose. Oh my God, I deleted my channel.
yeah, but you know what? I can understand the thought process, which was
Hmm.
if you delete your
The thought
channel.
process was like, this bullshit isn't worth it. I'm done. That was the thought process.
Hmm. Yeah, I understand. And believe me, I was so heartbroken when you deleted your channel. Believe me,
Mm, yeah.
because I just
But it's
because I
okay.
just
It's okay. God got me. I will rebuild it back.
yes, which is why when you got your channel back, I decided to make every effort I can to help you build your channel. It
And I
doesn't,
do
in my
appreciate that.
well, it's just, I know it's not much, but any
No,
any
we
little
all
bit.
help each other whatever way we can. I mean, even just like even right now, to be honest, like I'm tired, but I'm like, look at Jose, he's by himself. Let me go keep him some company, show some support. You know what I mean? It's like that's what you do, Just try to
Hmm.
help each other out.
Yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is this: I have been blessed to know um, a great group of YouTube creators. Okay,
Hmm.
you being one of them, of course. Hazel,
Hmm.
Multi, um,
Hmm.
James Map, Reese. Okay, if I overlook anybody, please forgive me because I'm getting old. And of course, in my side of the fence, people like Latin Spain, the Lago Latino, the Intro Boricua, the 18th letter, um, True Teacher, Brotep, Christina Morena. Um,
Where's the
so,
18th letter? Is he still watching? Because I wanted to talk to him too. Because I said hi to him the other day. He ignored me. I think he's mad at me because of the shit me and you had going on.
oh, you know what? I don't think so. And you know what? And you know what?
But it'd be like
People,
that when you have your squad. I get it. Just like my squad, they get defensive too, and they're like, you coming for Gigi? You know what I mean?
well, in all fairness, okay, and when I had my situation with Zacharias, Denise came and step in because I'm sure multi if
What do you
she
mean? What
sees.
happened with Zacharias that Denise stepped in? What did I miss?
Okay, well, basically, she got upset with the way that Zacharias acted towards me, and then it spilled over to her side, and in fact, it's gotten to the point where he's been blocked on her channel as well.
Oh, okay. I missed all
So
that. I don't know what's been going on.
okay, and okay, look, I will say this. Look, I can understand that he's been through a lot of difficult situation. He stated that he's been homeless, and that um, you know he's been through a lot of trauma. I can understand that, and I can sympathize to
Hmm.
an extent. But um, when you state something about a person's character that's not true, I mean, there's no way I can overlook that. And
Yeah. I told you before that I had issues with him before, and he has whole podcasts and everything talking junk about me. But to be honest, I've been on this YouTube already like what 2 years, so I'm just kind of used to the crap. I just kind of address it and keep it moving, but I try not to be emotionally invested anymore because this damn YouTube will have you stressed out if you let it. You know what I mean?
that is very
And
true.
then you have to like kind of come back to reality and kind of like I had to think about things and I'm like, if I just don't go to these people's channels and just don't look at it, like it doesn't exist. Like it only exists if you want it to exist, if that makes any sense. And I have to think of it like that, like, you know,
But
because
yeah,
that shit is
mhm.
so toxic and unhealthy when you sit up watching hate streams about you. I used to do it for hours watching these hate streams about me, and then it would just have me so stressed out, you know?
see,
Now I don't even do it anymore. I'm just like, whatever.
with me, I just my approach is this. You can, you know, I cannot control. I cannot control what you're going to say, but I can control
Hmm.
how I respond.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
and that's something I had to learn kind of the hard way.
Me too.
Okay.
I had to learn patience because before I would just pop off, you know. Now I have way more patience, you know.
Well, I think you do have a great deal of patience, and
But I used
like,
to not, Jose. I used to come out and be like, "Bitch, you talking shit about me," you know.
well, I
And then
sure
you
can't.
realize it's not worth it.
Well, I can't believe I actually curse sacrifice out that way on your platform.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't say I hope y'all work it out because hey, if you don't want to deal with nobody, you don't have to deal with nobody. But at least, I mean, I hope he leaves you alone and whatever, and you guys can just YouTube is so huge. There's millions of content creators. You really don't have to interact if you don't want to, you know. But it is kind of hard. I do know because he does go around in these spaces, so you see him everywhere.
Yeah, but okay, I can kind of understand why. I mean, he does feel that he needs to be the center. Okay, for reasons that are known to him. Now, of course, I'm trying to be very polite because next thing you know, he's probably going to do 10,000 podcasts about me, how I'm bad mouthing him, even though that's not the
Mhm.
case. I'm just simply, you know, if he's on the platform, I will be cautious, okay, but I will limit my interaction.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, you don't want to let anybody bother you too much where they run you out of the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Now I
nah, I'm
have
not going nowhere.
now I have to confess, I did see the interaction between multi and hybrid,
Yeah.
regarding him going overboard regarding a TV show that multi was talking about,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
him
I forgot about
and
that.
it's and when I'm thinking about it, you mean and I don't know hybrid, so and I'm not trying to show any shade, but you know, try being agreeable when you disagree,
Hmm.
okay? Because
Well,
I'm sure
the thing is with us is
you
that we've
feel.
been in this.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
no, I
I'm
was just gonna
sorry.
say that we've been in this space for a while or whatever. So it's kind of like we all know each other, and we kind of know each other. Like how can I explain it? Like we just know how we are at this point. So when people see hybrid and multi fighting or stuff like that, they just don't put too much stock into it because it's kind of always been like that. Kind of like it's like a dysfunctional family, you know?
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I can understand. I can understand it. I just find
Hmm.
it weird because, and because everyone have their own preferences, and if we disagree, that's fine. The only thing is, let's be agreeable when we disagree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
because actually, I met Denise during a disagreement on a stream.
Hmm.
Okay, and it was nothing. It was nothing personal. She was just expressing a point of view. She was expressing facts, and I was just expressing a point of view. Some parts where I disagree, but I was respectable.
Yeah,
And and one thing I've learned this year is that we can learn from disagreements.
absolutely. And I mean, honestly, who wants to sit around talking to people that you agree with all the time? And that's why people try to like police who comes on my channel. And I don't really care what they say. I'll have whoever I want on my channel, and I'll go on whoever's channel that I want to go on. I don't like aim to have an echo chamber. I want to talk to different people with different points of views, you know?
I agree. It's just that unfortunately we have certain people, which in my side of the fence, which are called slow taps, or as I like to refer to it, as the mentally and intellectually challenged, which is just basically a nicer way of saying slow taps.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that when you cannot debate logically with evidence, you already lost the argument before you begun.
Hmm.
So
I heard a saying, I don't know if I know the exact words, but it said something like, don't argue with a fool because if people from I don't know the exact word, but something like don't argue with a fool because from a distance people can't tell which one is the fool.
that's
Does that
true.
make sense? Yeah.
No, it does.
So
And
so
okay,
somebody could do
and
something to
generate.
me. Somebody could do something to me that's valid for me to talk shit to them, but people that are just coming in, they just see me talking shit and being ratchet, and they don't get it. So it makes sense. It stuck with me when I heard that little saying.
Yeah. And I would say this: 80 to 90% of the grief that you have endured, it's been brought upon by others.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would say, yeah, I'd say about 80,
Yeah.
85. Yeah. I mean, nobody's
Okay.
perfect. I'm not perfect. Yeah.
I know. I was trying to be a little bit more lenient.
Ah! No, but really, truly, I've only probably had like personal issues with a couple of people, but most of it has just been random YouTube attacks. So yeah, it's usually not that personal on YouTube. These people like really honestly just want subs and views, and the best way to get that is by fighting with people that have more subs than you.
Yeah. And one thing I tried to learn is how to, um, for lack of a better term, to interact with the biracial, multiracial community. And unfortunately, I have made some mistakes along the way. Uh,
Oh, sorry, I had my mute on. Yeah, no, I said you kind of walked into a space where you didn't really know what was going on, so you don't really probably understand that a lot of us have been, at war for like a year, so people are kind of defensive. I may have more patience, some people have less patience.
yeah, yeah. Um, and but I've been trying to learn and be better equipped to deal with the community. Like I said, I have made my mistakes. Okay, I'll be the first one to admit it.
Hmm.
And I see we have Ramon. Good afternoon, sir. By all means, please join the panel. Um, now, I do understand. I do understand when I did my stream regarding the biracial, multiracial committee, why you and Multi could not join the panel due to set of circumstances
Hmm.
that both of you were going through. It's just that
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you know, I was I was disappointed. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Not so much me, but for my audience. So,
Hmm.
but I do understand um, the reason why,
But
and the
I
reason,
did immediately tell you. I was like, so I apologized to you. I told you what was going on. I mean, you knew what was going on. You saw what was going on. So, but I
yeah,
understand it because I'm learning your personality a little bit too, Jose. And Jose, you don't have a lot of patience sometimes either. He's always like, oh, get off the fucking platform.
well,
So that's why I didn't really take it personal. I said what I said to you to address the situation, which was kind of just like, yo, chill out. But like, it's not really, I didn't really have like hard feelings. I wasn't really mad or blah, 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 because I kind of know that it was a couple of things leading up to that. I am very, perceptive and I am an empath. I know, like, even if you don't tell me, I already knew you were irritated or whatever. But a lot of things had been going on, and even like when you guys came up on the stream and we had all this crap going on and we're talking for 30 minutes to 45 minutes, you know that's why I was like, damn, y'all gonna have to be patient with me. And I'm like, I shouldn't let you guys up until after we said everything that we had to say, so you don't feel like you're just sitting there waiting, you know what I mean, for us to get done. So I realized, to change a couple of things too on our end, as far as that is, like, if we have things that we need to talk about, we need to just keep the panel closed until we're done and we're ready to go.
yeah,
But none of that
that's
was
true.
intentional. You've always been welcome. I've always liked you, you know. So I just, I didn't want you to take anything personal or whatever, but I know that you definitely lost your patience, but I just chalked it up to be honest, Jose, a little tantrum, a little tantrum.
Yeah,
A little
it's okay.
tantrum.
It's okay. Hello, Raheem.
Hey, shout out to my YouTube dad, Jose Negron. Shout out to Gigi. How you doing, Gigi?
Hi. I thought you were mad at me, Rakeem, because I said hi to you and you ignored me. I was like, oh, he's mad at me.
No, 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 not at all. I actually walked away from my phone for a while.
Oh, okay, okay, good,
So
good,
I
good. Because
didn't.
I think you're a really nice guy, so I didn't want you to be mad at me.
No, no, you haven't done anything for me to be mad at you or anything like
Hmm.
that. No, I don't, I don't get down like that.
Hi, Boricua.
Hey Golden, how you doing?
I'm
Hey,
tired, but I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Shout out to you, shout out to Don Jose, and shout out to my guy 18 letter. What's going on with you guys?
Shout out to my boy, the introvert Boricua.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. I have to send you a message because there is something that I have to ask you, but it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So
Okay,
uh, I'll shoot you a message. Yeah,
all right.
okay. Uh,
but yes.
guys, recently Gigi did an excellent interview on her platform regarding another biracial YouTube creator known as Visions of Asia. So I would encourage both of you, when you have an opportunity, to please check it out. I I thoroughly enjoyed the interview, and it's so
Thank
positive,
you.
to see such a young and positive person to be given the recognition that she deserved.
She just hit 10,000 subs too. I saw her a post today. She just hit 10K. So
Oh,
congrats to
Wow,
her.
congratulations,
yeah,
Oh,
it's
congratulations.
Mhm.
good.
wonderful.
Oh, so she has a fairly big platform. That's good.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
a it was a, it was a it was a good interview for me for sure. I
Nah.
appreciate her if she listens to this. I appreciate you, Asia.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. It's just I didn't.
Thank you.
I did see something about that on your channel, but I didn't check it out. But I know you did an interview with this young lady. But is she says visions of Asia. Is she actually Asian or part Asian
No,
herself?
she's biracial.
Ah, got you. All right,
Hmm.
all right. Okay, I'll look into that. I'll look for that.
She's
So,
biracial, and her content is basically she's rolling with the manosphere. Basically, you know how we all got to have our little teams or whatever. So yeah, she's like on the manosphere side of things.
oh, I see. Okay,
Hmm.
okay. No, because when it comes to the manosphere, hey, alliances are important, and even though it's called the
Yeah,
manosphere, having people that are actually of the gender counterpart being part of it, it can be that can be a good thing. It's a good thing. So because sometimes it takes even if it is somebody from the opposite gender, uh, somebody who is open-minded enough to see things from the other perspective. I mean, it shows open-mindedness, and it shows it's a sign of intelligence when one can have more than one point of view about something. That says something about a person's intelligence. I mean, they're not close-minded. They're not only focusing what they think is the right point of view. They can also see more than one point of view.
well, I
Absolutely.
see
I
you're like me.
absolutely
You're
agree.
around in different spaces because you might watch manosphere channels, but you might also watch divester channels, and I'm like that too. I kind of check out everybody, you know.
Yeah, I've tried me personally. I've tried to watch the divestment channels because I thought it might be some type of validity or logic to what they're saying, but no, it's not. Most of it is really it's quite disgusting if you ask me. But
Yeah,
that's just my personal
there's
opinion.
extremists. There's definitely extremists in every group, but I will say that there's also extreme manosphere men as well. So I mean, there's extremists in every group, and there's normal ones in there as well. It's just
Yeah,
how YouTube is.
I
You get
agree,
more.
but
You blow up more when you're extreme. Is my point. So you will see those people first because they will have a bigger following. Because the more crazy you are, then the more popular you get.
well, I
Yeah.
wonder if some of it is just try to create a following, or some of it is what these people actually believe. Because extreme as some of the manosphere may be, the extremist person, the most extreme person I think we all seen is Tommy Sotomayor. But I don't remember Tommy
Yeah,
advocating for
he's
the death.
disgusting. He's
Well,
disgusting.
I don't remember him advocating for the death of black women or having a black woman hanging from a tree on a noose in his background. I've never seen
Yeah, I
anything
don't
like
watch
that.
Divest the Zealot. I don't watch Divest the Zealot, but I will say that Tommy is disgusting as well. Though I seen a video that he had on there where he had black people on it saying that they were better off as slaves and they should have stayed slaves because they haven't done. I mean, Tommy's a terrible person. Like, there's no way you're going to fly that past me. I've seen him also physically threaten or with a gun a woman that crashed his car. So he's crazy.
Yeah, but people tend to forget that Tommy Sotomayor was actually checked by another black man and punched in the face in Harlem. People tend to think that a lot of these men just agree with him, or in different situations like that, and
Yeah.
people forget that there's been a lot of black men that have went against Tommy Sotomayor and his rhetoric. But that tends, people have short term memories. That tends to, fall on deaf ears. But like I say, with it, even as extreme as he is, I don't remember him, you know, uh, making fun of, the opposite gender dying and making fun of different things like that. He didn't, a wig wearing hooligan doesn't compare to a lot of this type
No.
of rhetoric that's been
No, I
spewed.
get that. I just try to be fair and
Yeah.
balanced because I've definitely seen some channels that celebrate or whatever, like 5.5 hours they're killed, and I mean, there's sick people in YouTube on every sectors. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. That's why I like, but that's a lot that's been debunked, the 5.5 hour thing. But
Yeah,
most people, when it's somebody they particularly hate, they try to grab onto any statistic to try to create a narrative to put these people out as, evil people.
hmm
That's a historical tactic that's been used throughout history.
Okay.
hmm
I just want to acknowledge the presence of MK, who said the manosphere is needed. It's just some things get out of hand. Good afternoon. He is
yeah.
my cyber son-in-law. Um,
That's why I said that there's extremists in every group because even in my group, there's people. There's some crazy people in there. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah,
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 but
we
like,
absolutely agree.
yeah, but like
Um,
like you were saying, many of them that they have to do all of the crazy and the extreme because it gets eyes on it and it gets more
Exactly.
attention. So there is also that, and when it comes to the divestor thing, to a great degree, these women they're not going anywhere because these are women that have been okay. They might have been done dirty by the guys that they chose to be with, and
Yeah.
they actually they talk about that they're gonna get together with a white man, and they really talk as if they can bring all kinds of attitudes, all kinds of masculine energy to a white man, and and that white man is gonna be a rich man that is gonna put a ring on their finger. Like no, it doesn't work like that. With a white man, they actually have to be cooperative. They actually are gonna have to be submissive. They actually are gonna have to kind of like to a degree obey him.
Mhm.
They're really gonna have to be into the fullest cooperation and submission. Are they actually ready to do that? Because a lot of these women, they have been from when they were very little, they were raised to be strong and independent and not needing a man and being overly combative, and they doing a lot of back talk. That's how they were raised. All of a sudden they're gonna forget to do all of that if they get with a white man. Really? Not likely. Not
Well,
Yeah.
likely.
in
I do
well,
think that
in
the
all
women are more
fairness,
vicious
well,
because
in
in
all
general women
fairness,
are more vicious.
okay.
I didn't understand. I didn't
In all
understand either one.
fairness, okay, excuse me. In all fairness, a lot of these women were raised by, unfortunately, baby boomers that didn't exactly do a great job of raising them. I mean, let's keep it 100, and that's something that was discussed on K-Fit's channel last night. It's not an easy pill for me to swallow as a baby boomer who never had any children, but we have to keep it real. I mean, unfortunately, some of us, baby boomers, did not do a good job raising our kids.
No, but it's not even about necessarily the baby boomers. It's the second wave of feminism. It has more to do with that. Uh,
I
the,
agree.
the second wave of feminism that started with the whole you can be strong and independent, not need a man. You can be the mama and the daddy, my body, my choice. That second wave of feminism. That's what brought all of this mess. Okay, we talked about last night about the whole thing with the baby boomers, but I don't even put it on the baby boomers. I put it on second wave feminism.
Well, if you listen to some people, I mean, it could seem like we screw up. And like I said, there were baby boomers who did not do a great job. Let's keep it real.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, and then there were us, the Gen Xers, who maybe we didn't have the best the best upbringing. We went over that last night. Golden, if you were maybe you were watching, so you know what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
I saw that.
So yeah. So we don't have to we don't have to go over that again. I mean, it was a bit of a sensitive subject for me because of what I had to go into. I mean, when it comes to my parents, so yeah. Enough
I
has been
just try
said.
to be. I always try my hardest to remain fair and balanced, and usually balance means in the middle. So it's like I can listen to both sides and see truth in both sides. I think it's very dangerous when people just say everything is one, everything is this color of people's fault, everything is this gender's fault, when it takes
Yeah.
two for everything, you know,
Hmm.
it takes two for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely agree to a certain extent. I just want to speak on what my boy Ramon had said. Yeah, Ramon, you're right. A lot of these women are not going anywhere, but I think that makes them more dangerous than anything because the more and more that they feel that they don't get what they want, the more and more they lash out and try to attempt to destroy everything in their path. And that's what we see with a lot of these women. They're doubling down, tripling down on this type of rhetoric, and a lot of these women know that they made the wrong decisions or they made bad decisions. So in turn, to not actually have to face any accountability for those decisions, they try to vicariously live through younger women and send them down the wrong path to potentially destroy any type of prospects that they have, so they won't be in that space alone.
Yeah, it becomes a
Damn.
generational competition. I mean, like mothers against daughters and so on. The older women sabotage the younger women, and it's kind of it's very disturbing to to see. I mean, okay, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect at parenting, but one does the best that they can, and even in an older age, they try to make up for whatever deficiencies they might have had early on when they were raising their kids. But they raise the kids so they can compete against them. I mean, they got the mothers
Listen,
and daughters. What's that?
the breakdown of society is the breakdown of family. You cannot blame one side over the other. It takes two
No.
people to make a baby. It takes two people to make a marriage, and nobody's doing that, and that's
Mhm.
the problem. Just like there's baby mamas, there's baby daddies. That's how that works.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
That, yeah,
But but
that
the
is,
thing is, go ahead, Jose.
but that is true, and and that's part of when we were discussing the issue regarding Roe v. Wade. I mean, the fact of the matter is, to prevent unwanted pregnancies is both the responsibility of the male and the female. The
Can
difference is, the female has the burden of, deciding whether or not to carry the child to term or to terminate or put up for adoption.
but here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that. Yes, both sides are responsible. No one's refuting that. Men have always held other men responsible. If me and Ramon and other groups of men was in a group, it wouldn't be any men that'll be able to come around those us as men and say that they're not taking care of their kids. Most of the time, men don't even associate with a lot of men that's not handling their responsibilities. Do they run in other groups of men like that? Absolutely. But for the most part, we've always held those type of men accountable. Those men have been held. If any man that's not taking care of his business, taking care of his kids, not producing what he needs to take care of his family, men doesn't lie. Men don't lie to other men.
No,
We're not we're not careful with other men's feelings like that. We tell the truth.
no, no, no.
We're,
The men will call other men deadbeats. Definitely, we don't think twice about that. That whole notion that there is no such thing as men praising deadbeat dads. I mean, okay, future may be able to get away with it to some degree, or maybe someone else who goes around spreading their seed and they don't get criticized and really like that. But for the most part, men don't go around praising deadbeats. If somebody's a deadbeat, we men we don't think twice about calling him that. I mean, if they're really being to acting in a way that is irresponsible and to the detriment of the children, because those are the ones that really suffer. Those are the ones that are the real victims out of the situation. Maybe they were up to no good. That maybe the woman, the mom, knew what they were getting into, because a lot of the times they do. So there is some accountability that should go through that. And okay, they get the kid, but they also get the support by society. They get the financial support by the system, or by or by the dad, if it applies. There are some instances in which there are guys that don't pay child support, but that has a tendency to be because they're broke anyway. So nobody's coddling deadbeat dads. So
Uh,
my bad, Rakim.
okay, excuse me. I just want to
Well, I'm
highlight
not
this
saying that
point.
nobody's coddling deadbeat dads. I'm just saying that it takes both people to make a relationship. So you see guys
Yes.
have two, three, whatever, how many baby mamas or whatever. It's just the same thing to me. I think that women do look at men bad if they say, "Oh, I have 7 baby mamas." Like they do look at them bad, and they probably. I mean, but there's always trash in every group, and you know how that goes. There's somebody for everybody, no matter what.
Okay. Excuse
Yeah.
me. I just want to highlight this point that MK made, which is one of the reasons they're upset because we're for years have been focused on men. and now women are being focused on. We're getting attitude and pushback about it.
I agree to an extent, and you know you see you've been to some of these spaces, Gold, and you see the craziness with especially the divestment channels because they lash out at black men, they lash out at biracials, they lash out at white women, they lash like. In my personal
No, I
opinion, it's
know. I mean,
just
I'm in the same space as y'all. Where I'm the spaces that I'm in. I guess I do see women being held accountable. So maybe if I was hanging out in other spaces, I could be like, oh yeah, the women aren't being held accountable. But I'm looking at the same stuff y'all are looking at, and women are getting it right now. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
me personally, the only of course the women that I've seen holding other women accountable are usually women that are manosphere adjacent, like anything that has to do
yeah,
with divested content. And like I say, those are like it's a lot of women that refuse to accept any accountability. They would try to spin it back on you before they accept any accountability. And that's the issue that we're
yeah,
seeing because a lot of these people don't realize that these content creators are lying to them. Even with some of the manosphere content, you can watch it, but see the difference between men and women. We don't absorb it to the point that we can't call out somebody's BS. We'll know if you're BSing us or not. A lot of these women that are currently into these divestment channels and women empowerment spaces are they. It's like they want to be lied to. Nothing has produced any type of results. Your life is not much better. It's just like when God rest his soul, when Kevin Samuels passed away. Everyone, danced on the man's grave.
yeah. And
Everyone
I
was
made a video
joyful and
about how
have
disgusting that was.
yeah. And at the end of the day, Kevin Samuels is gone. He's into, if there is a heaven, or if there is an afterlife, he's gone into the afterlife. And meanwhile, nothing has changed in a lot of these women's lives. They're still just as miserable, just as self-loathing and anything else that you can name. And a
Yeah.
lot of them they go over to this content because this content helps get them through.
You guys are
Not
acting like the whole society isn't fucked up right now. Are you looking at the society? Like every men and women are fucked up right now. Like
Yeah.
look at the world. The world is evil right now.
Oh
Yeah.
no, well, definitely the whole world has its it has its issues. There is always a war going on somewhere. I mean,
well, the
it's
Yeah,
world
just
has
it
been like
seems
that.
like it's hard to find good people. You
Society has
know.
been this way. Society was even more messed up back then than what it is now. I mean, like
yeah.
we've always had
I mean, I
wars.
guess yeah, because we're living it, so it seems like the worst because we're in it. I get that. Yeah.
Well, another thing that makes it seem more worse than what it is that we have an abundance of media that's within our like that we can just put in our pockets now. We have our phones where we're able to see everything that's going over in the world. We're able to follow politics more closely. But I came up in the crack era. I came up in times where it was a lot of violence and different things like that. So like
Yeah.
this is not nothing new. The only thing is that, in my personal opinion, from what I've seen, a lot of men we're conditioned to deal with this at a young age. We're not lied to. We're not told that the world is going to be cotton candy and fluffy teddy bears. We're not told that. We're
Yeah.
we're conditioned to because we're conditioned to deal with death at a young age. We're conditioned to deal with the fact, hey, I may not, things may not go right for me. We're told no at a young age. We're, expected for things to not go our way at a young age versus, in my personal opinion, I don't know, a lot of it seemed like a lot of I don't want to just say not all women, of course, but some of these women have been coddled or they don't know how to deal with what's going on. They can't cope. Most men can maintain. Most men can maintain. If we're in a situation with danger, we've been taught, hey, if you can legally buy one, carry a firearm. Make sure you pay close attention to your surroundings. Make sure you watch any type of any type of individual that may be aggressive within your vicinity that can cause you harm. We're taught a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff at a young age, so
Does
it's
anybody
not,
have the stats on the violence? Because it does. I'm pretty sure they've been saying that ever since COVID, shit has escalated like crazy and violence around the country.
Well,
Well, in certain
I feel
cities,
like the world did change after COVID, don't y'all?
in many
Yeah.
ways, yes, and some not for the
No.
better.
It escalated, but
I
no.
do. I do.
yeah, and at the same time, the government is passing all of these restrictions when it comes to people being able to protect themselves, making it more difficult and more difficult, which is something that I actually wanted you, Rakim, to join me on a possible live stream. I was thinking about later, but I don't know if everybody else are gonna be doing live streams. I don't want that. I don't want what happened on Friday to happen to happen to me, because I mean we were doing a live stream, and
I
when
gotta see what happened. I missed it.
yeah, when Radical went on a live stream, people were kind of leaving me. No, I'm kidding. But I'm trying something that doesn't conflict with our friends on YouTube. But I wanted to talk about that because I was looking into it, because the House just passed, the House of Representatives just passed like a set of additional gun control measures, and that's something that I wanted you, Rakin, to join me so we could talk about it. But I don't know if you can hear me right now. But
Um,
if we as citizens, if we are law-abiding citizens, and we can protect ourselves from the madness that's going on right now, because in certain parts of the country, when it comes to crime and when it comes to the BS, things have escalated. I know I don't have the numbers, but from what it seems, in places like Chicago, where our friend Rakim is located, or in New York City, like our friend Jose is located, things have gotten a little bit more out of control, a little bit crazier, and I feel for you guys. But yeah, from what we can reckon, things have gotten a little bit crazier, particularly since COVID, because a lot of people have lost their
And even
mind.
the world politics, World War III, it's crazy right now everywhere. This is such a good conversation. I'm sorry I have to go because I feel like I didn't even get to really say how I wanted to say what I wanted to say.
it's
But
you
I
know
have to
what,
go to sleep, y'all. I gotta go to
but you know
sleep because
what,
I have
Gigi. But you know what,
Huh?
Gigi, you're always welcome to drop in whenever you are available.
I
So I mean,
appreciate it. I'll be back, y'all. Y'all have a good night, okay?
all right,
All
take
right,
care,
you
be
too.
safe.
All right,
Take
you
care.
too. Thanks for letting me up. Good night.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Have a good night.
Okay. Well,
And
today's been another humid day. It was in the mid 80s.
uh, mid 80s is very comfortable.
Not for
That's
me.
chill weather. That's very chill. That's very chill
No.
weather.
See, for me,
Yes.
chill weather in the summertime when it's like, say, 65 degrees or in the low 60s.
I already
That's
need.
that's
No. We
that.
have already talked about it. We already talked about it. I need a jacket. I need a
You
jacket. Don't
don't
talk
you
about
don't
65
you
degrees
don't
because
need
I'm gonna start feeling cold.
no, you don't need a jacket. In fact, you can go outside in shorts.
No, that's too cold. That's too cold.
I mean, you
No,
don't want to.
no. Yeah,
You mean you don't want to join the Golden Sphere?
nope,
It'll be nice and cool.
no, no thanks. Tropical weather for me, always, always. That's always better. Tropical weather
Well,
don't make me sick. Cold weather
well,
does.
how come cold weather's gonna make me sick?
Well, that's you. That's you. You're a polar bear. You're Mr. Freeze. Yeah, you're Mr.
Well,
Freeze. That's why it doesn't affect you, but it will affect me. It will affect me. So no, not doing that. Not doing all of that.
no.
And there are a few people that are watching right now. Any of you can hit the link. Come on up. Let's talk.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
Ah,
Glad to see you back, Rakeem.
Yeah. I logged into my laptop, guys.
you need to do that more often. I mean,
Yeah, man.
remember phones are not good for live streaming. I was hearing all
Yeah,
kinds of static and choppiness and that. Okay, he's on his phone. Maybe he's on the road. But no. If you're on
yeah,
your laptop, you need to use your laptop, man.
yeah. You're right
Well,
about that, Ramon. I'm gonna get a. I gotta go grab a case because this laptop is still new. I gotta go grab a case to make sure I take this on the road with me. That way I can log into and do live streams, when I'm not driving, and participate a little bit better. I know I'm a little bit more crisp than I usually am with
Yes.
with static in the background, me talking on my phone and everything. So
Yeah. I
Oh,
try to avoid using my phone to use StreamYard because it kicks me out. The
mhm.
phone gets all hot, it overheats, and it can cut off at any moment. So, nah. I don't want to have to worry about that. I might as well just use an actual computer. So I don't have to worry about that, which is what I'm doing right now. I don't jump into live streams if I'm not at home because it's just a phone is not really that reliable. There are other content creators that uh, there is a certain content creator that I love what she does, but she sounds like she's always live streaming on her phone, and it's always if it cuts off, it gets garbled, it gets staticky, choppy, and I send her messages telling her, "Come on, chica, upgrade your mic." And say, yeah, but she doesn't do it. I mean, she gets all these cash apps and super chats and all that, but she doesn't upgrade her damn mic. I mean, it's like just laziness, man.
well,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
speaking about upgrading, hopefully the issue with my Wi-Fi connection will be resolved because I'm scheduled to get a new modem.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, it would be
yes.
like a router. Yeah. Because that. Yeah. Well, I mean, you do need the upgrade because it's time. It's time. I mean, you have to get out of modern and get yourself a proper router, and
Yeah.
that way you don't have to sound like this. You know that I'm
Well,
playing with you, though, Jose. You know that I'm
I got
playing.
news for you. I got news for you. Going into season 4, I actually created a disclaimer, and on the disclaimer, I'm going to ask people
Oh,
not to make any remarks regarding the internet.
uh-oh. Oh, so I can't make a little joke. You're just gonna cut me off.
So what's gonna happen is the following. I'm gonna make a request to please refrain. And after a couple of times, if they still don't comply, they'll be placed in the backstage. And then if they
All right.
still don't comply after that, they'll be removed from the panel.
Oh, I see. I got you. No,
So
no, but
today,
you know that for me, it's coming out of love because I struggled with that back in the day. I struggled with that. That was just
yeah, well,
every time I wanted to log
Who,
into the internet, I had to deal with that noise.
who remember prepaid phones? You guys remember prepaid phones?
I don't know if those you can still get kind of like a little prepaid flip phone
Yeah, yeah,
until
that
a
was
few
actually my
years
first
ago.
phone.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
actually
yeah,
my
yeah. It's
first
kind
phone.
of like like an alternate line or something. Yeah, I don't know if you can still get those, but yeah, you can get recharge cards if you have kind of like a prepaid thing. Yeah. I've seen those. Hmm.
it's just that after being the butt of the joke for so long, after a while, it gets to be kind of irritating after a certain point.
Oh, don't
Particularly
take
when
it
you
so serious, Jose.
Ah.
and particularly when you're
You got
when you're
thicker skin than
trying to
that. You got thicker skin than that. Come on, man. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. None of it is deliberately trying to offend anybody or trying to hurt your feelings. It's just jokes.
I
If
know, but I know it's just that it's very struggling on my end when I'm trying to provide a quality um, program, and I
Yeah.
had to deal with internet that sucks.
that's why you got to
Yeah.
get that new modem.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to get that new router, upgrade your equipment. We're just kind of like giving you the motivation. The jokes are just motivation. It's not
Because look,
trying to be demeaning or anything like that.
yeah.
It's to
How long
motivate.
has my boy Ramon ragged on me for hopping online on my phone and not having a laptop? You see, and I got a laptop now.
Exactly. It's out of
Well,
love. It's out of wanting people to do better. That's all there is to it.
well, I will have a new model installed by Tuesday. So that will be hopefully the end of that, and hopefully the end for the comments from the peanut gallery regarding my
Hmm.
deficient Wi-Fi service.
Okay.
Okay. So then,
Okay.
hopefully after Tuesday, you're gonna have to find something to make sport of. Else.
I got you. I understand.
Okay. Let's see. And we have a comment from the unknown saying, "Or sure, make sure to be sure because you can take down for what you're not doing and get people from coming back." Okay. Okay. Thank you for your observation, Mr. Unknown. Okay. But going into season 4, which will begin Tuesday. Uh, I'm gonna have some interesting topics. I'm gonna try to see if I can come up with some topics that will encourage the female member of the audience to join it, because unfortunately, more than 90% of the people that view my content are men, and I do appreciate it. I just want to see if we can get some more ladies to participate in receiving the content.
Yes. Keep it. We're all for keeping it balanced.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I know the
Yep.
So
quickest way, Jose, you can get female subscribers.
okay.
Start a divestment channel.
Ah, yeah. Start a divestment channel for women
Oh,
or
you know what? Oh, maybe I could. Oh, maybe I could do twerking.
oh no
No, no, don't you
Jose,
twerk.
no
Don't you, please, please don't do
no
that.
no
No, don't do that.
no
Just, just,
our tender
just
eyes, man. They're
regurgitate,
tender. I think.
I mean, could you
regurgitate.
imagine me? I mean, could you imagine me
No, I don't
shirtless?
want to imagine. I'm not
No. I don't
imagining
want to.
it. No, I
No,
don't want to
no, please,
imagine.
God, please, don't do that,
Ah,
please.
the
Um,
Jose wants to twerk. What the hell?
now, just regurgitate all of their talking points and say it's nothing wrong with women twerking. They can twerk wherever they want to work. They have the God-given right. You do that, you'll get subscribers instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have so many subscribers you couldn't keep up. They'll be like, "Where's the super chat button? You don't have a super chat button."
Because I don't have enough.
Yeah, you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to have that. But well, make sure that you put up that Cash App address, and,
Speaking about the Cash App, you know, um, I would appreciate if someone hit me up at $ cute one NY. I mean, you don't have to give a lot of money. $1 would be
Mhm.
great. 50 cents be here. Somebody, please. I would appreciate if someone hit the Cash App. I mean, it's like going through a year without getting someone to hit the Cash App.
Ah, okay, okay. Well, that's something to think about, something
Yeah,
to consider. Yeah.
yeah. Now, let me just share with you the topics for this week. Tuesday, the question is going to be, what is middle age?
My personal opinion, I would say 35 and up.
Well,
Well, back home, back on the island, something that I was told a few times is that everybody's young until they're 50. It's after 50 when that changes.
Yeah, I've heard
After,
50 being for middle age as well. I have
yeah.
well,
heard that.
what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing different sources of information, not just Google, according to think what is middle age. And I want people to understand that it's not an Jose thing. It's a statistical data thing. And then it'll be up to you to interpret that information. And then on Thursday, the topic is going to be, who is more logical, males or females?
Well, it depends on who you ask, because if you ask the woman, of course they're gonna tell you it's them. it's gonna be that they're gonna be more logical. But one has to take into consideration how society has changed in the last few years, where women are becoming more masculine, men are becoming more feminine. So there has been, to a degree, role reversals, and because we're living in a time where a man cannot really be masculine because it's immediately being seen as a bad thing. There is a
Yes.
war against masculinity. There is a war against heterosexuality. I mean, there has become something called heterophobia. Like if one is not 100% accepting of alternate lifestyles, then one is in the wrong, and one is not in the wrong. Remember, it's only about like 5.6% of the population here in the United States that identifies with an alternative lifestyle, personal lifestyle, sexual lifestyle. It's only about 5.6%. The rest were heterosexuals, were the majority. I mean, the minority cannot dictate to the majority. That's not how it goes.
Well, to be honest, okay, this is how I look at it. Every individual has a right to live their lives as one sees fit. It ends when one tries to impose one's beliefs and principles on somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And of course, on
Yes.
Friday, I'm gonna have like basically I'm gonna give you my thoughts of the week, which is basically more of an open discussion. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So eventually, it's going to get to the point when I'm not going to be airing on Sundays because I know Denise will have Latin splaining, and then starting September the 11th, Latin splaining in Spanish. So not to conflict with Latin splaining, I'll be easing into a Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday schedule because I'm trying to do it what's called prime time.
Okay. So isn't it gonna be doing something tonight?
She has a stream at 8:30, which the topic is going to be should Latino support the Cheeto?
The what? What?
Should Latino support Trump?
Ah, uh, he's not coming back. I mean, he's not gonna be the president again. Republicans themselves don't want him. So if Republicans themselves don't want him, then he doesn't have much of a chance now, does he? So whether
Well,
somebody wants to support him on Trump or not, but he's not coming back.
well, you know what? Let's see what Denise has to say about it. She might have a different approach.
No,
Um,
and she will. She will have a different approach, but that's gonna be a more of a hypothetical. It's not. It is extremely unlikely that he's gonna be the president again. And unfortunately, there are many people that want him to become the president again because they're having short memories. I mean, there is already this investigation about what happened at the in the Capitol building. I mean, there are strong links with him. Of course, I mean there's going to be a lot of excusing to be done about him not being there, but it had to do with that with him. It had to do with him. I mean, the Republicans themselves don't really want him. So, okay, it's going to be more of a hypothetical than anything.
yeah, but then again, no one thought that Trump was going to be running for president in 2015, and no one thought that Trump was going to succeed the first time.
Yeah,
So,
right. But nobody knew what we got in the end. Now we are gonna have a better idea. So the opinion is not gonna be exactly the same. And
okay.
one of those facts about Trump that people keep forgetting, especially some friends of ours that are always talking about him, is that uh, Trump, his whole life, all the way until 2015, he was a New York Democrat. You know that.
Yes,
You
that's
know that.
true.
He was a New
That's
York Democrat all his whole life, all the way until 2015, when he ran as a Republican. People have short memories. I
well,
mean,
you know what? Maybe I should want to become president.
Yeah, but are you a Democrat?
Actually, I am a registered Democrat.
Okay, well, you run as a Republican. I guess you can do that. Even if you have been a Democrat your whole life, all of a sudden you can just run as a Republican all of a sudden and get all the support that you want. Talk shit about about certain groups of people, and you're gonna have your supporters, people that don't think much, people that are not well educated, as he said himself. He said it himself that he likes people that are not educated. He said it himself.
You know what we my platform?
Uh-huh.
Let's make America cold again.
Ugh. Don Jose, stop. Stop
And
it,
in
man.
fact, guys, you could be part of my cabinet.
No, that's gonna be too cold. That cabinet is gonna be too cold. I don't want to be in that cabinet.
I mean,
No.
just think about it. Just think about it. I'll be the vice president. Denise will be the vice president. Rat will be the secretary of state.
Uh-huh.
Um, Marcel could be the secretary of education. You, Ramon, could be the attorney general.
Right.
Rakim can be the secretary of the navy. I mean, it'll be a great cabinet.
Okay. Got you. Got you.
True teacher could be let's see, secretary, no, secretary of the treasury or education or something. Wouldn't that be a great ticket?
Mm-hmm. Now,
I just think,
hypothetically, I guess you could.
all you guys are going out there talking about let's make America cold again. Let's bring back the good
Mm.
old days when winter was winter and we can trust winter to go down to a lovely 10 and 15 degrees and it'll be slightly chilly.
Okay. All right. Nah. Can't do it. Can't do it. Not for me.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Too cold. I'll get sick.
How?
We already talked. We already went over that. Yeah. Nah. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Well,
And
does anybody else have any other comments that they wish to make?
Well, I had
Uh,
just walked away for a second. I had to take care of something. Did I miss anything, fellas?
no. Don Jose trying to convince me to join his golden sphere, and I keep saying, hell no. Maybe he's gonna have better luck with you because you're already in a place where it gets really cold. But no,
Yeah. You got to
kind of way.
understand something, Jose. You know, Ramon comes from the islands, man, and usually when
Yeah.
people come from the islands and they go into the states, they try to find, something that's similar, which is areas like Texas, Florida, which is why you have a lot of people that come from the islands that go to Florida. Nobody's trying to trade in tropical weather for a cold climate with slush and ice storms and hail and slipping down the steps while you're taking out the garbage. Nobody's trying to trade that in. Nobody's going to trade in their polo sneakers and sandals
No.
and Timberland boots. Nobody's going to do it.
well,
Mm-mm.
we have islands. We have the island of Manhattan. We have Coney Island. We have Long Island. Okay. We have Staten Island. So we have islands over
You
here.
sound like a con man, sir. You sound like a con man.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just speaking the truth. And besides, we also have beaches over here, which are beautiful.
Are they beautiful all year long?
That's not well. That's not what Marcelo told me. He's from New York. When it comes to the beaches up there, that's not what he told me. I mean, he's
Okay.
somebody who has been in New York, Florida, and the islands. So he knows what's better than what.
Well, okay, I gotta admit, at times it can get a teeny weeny bitty bit little dirty at times, but not too much.
A
So you
little
got to
bit,
watch
just
out
a
for
tiny
those
little
words.
bit. You're minimizing the hell out of it. Don't say
Yeah, you
that's
gotta
not
watch
what I
out
hear.
for the words. Well, I gotta admit, you gotta watch out for those words.
And okay, and the fact of the matter is, okay, we might have a little mousy problem here in the subway.
Mm-hmm.
The subways in New York City is like the Thunderdome. If anybody remember Mad Max in the Thunderdome,
Yes.
you do not want to find yourself in the subways of New York City. It would be like, and if anybody is a Generation X or a millennial, you remember those 2D fighting games that was the beat 'em up where you would encounter people that you had to fight in the subway train. Everybody remember those. You remember those Super Double Dragons in the Streets of Rage, Part 2. You don't want to find yourself, especially without a firearm. You don't want to find yourself in the subways in New York.
Yeah. You're gonna have to fight You're gonna have to fight those mutant rats that you have over there. That you can't scare them away because they'll fight you. They'll stand their ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then by the time you fight off all of those other rats, the boss rat at the end will transform from a small rat into a big rat wearing a bubble goose and Timberland boots that you'll have to have a knife-to-knife fight with. And you don't really want that. You only get one man. You don't get a chance to come back.
Okay. So you see a couple of little mousy characters here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see any rats in Parkchester.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And and of course in the wintertime, it does get to a nice pleasant spring like 20 degrees in the wintertime.
I don't know.
Would you believe back in the 70s people used to shriek, which was run naked in the streets in the wintertime?
I can believe it. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, I can believe it. It's New York. A lot of people do a lot of crazy stuff.
And believe it or not, in the wintertime, there are a group of people that they take off their pants in the wintertime and they get on the subway.
I believe that's normal. I believe you run past people like that all the time. Got a lot of I saw that movie Kurt Russell, Battle for New York. You got a lot of crazy people in
the escape from New York.
Oh yeah, Escape from New York. That's right, Escape from New York.
Okay.
You got a lot of crazy people in New York City. 5 boroughs and the surrounding areas: Yonkers, New Rochelle, Mount Vernon. Got a lot of Long Island. Got a lot of crazy people in those areas and the surroundings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, if no one else wishes to join the panel, we'll start to wrap it up because it's been nice. I mean, it hasn't been all that active, but I've gotten 7 likes. I just want to say thank you very much for all the people who saw fit to watch my material. So now we're going to start to wrap this up. So now we're going to take final words, and we're going to start with the king of the Golden Spears, who loves cold weather than life, who wants to go to Times Square to watch the ball drop in shorts, who wants to be buried in snow, who wants to spend the winters in Nome, Alaska, the introvert Boricua.
Oh, Don Jose, I love how you do that, but still, I have to disagree with you. I don't want to be cold. I don't want hypothermia. I don't want bronchitis. I don't want to get sick. And no, I'm not made for that. You are made for that. I'm not made for that. I'm made for heat. I mean, I'll deal with heat. I can handle heat. I mean, even though it goes all the way up to it's still averaging like over 100 degrees down here. It's gonna be like that, it seems, for a few more days. Little by little, it's gonna be going down into the 90s, which is gonna be mid 90s, upper 90s, which is gonna be more comfortable, and that's gonna be perfect for me. But but at least the temperatures are not gonna go all the way back to the 108. That's too much. That's too much. But of course, first of all, I appreciate you letting me on your panel. I didn't catch it. Wish I could have caught it earlier, but I was in the middle of something. I mean, so I couldn't get in here before. It was nice to see Golden joining in your panel. So hopefully we can see more of her. Have her join us in on live streams. And this is something that, again, it's open topics. Whatever the open topic is, something that is of interest, of course we should be able to touch on it. That's what this is about. So I appreciate you having me, Don Jose.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to put you in the background. If you can stay, stay. If not, I understand. And again, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the Introvert with Equa. He always produces interesting content. So now I'm going to put you in the backstage. And now we're going to hear from the other member of the Golden Sphere, the 18th letter. The floor is yours. Your final remarks.
Yeah, make no mistake about it, Jose. I'm in the coldest fear because I'm stuck. I can't escape. I can't get out. And if I could, I wouldn't be here. But since I am here, I'm going to make the best of it. So, cold and fear, yay. But my final remarks is, thank you for allowing me to be up on your platform again. We're just having open topics and discussing, random things and what's going on with life right now, what's going on with the world, and things are getting rough for some people and rougher for others. So you know the only thing I can say to anybody out there that's listening, try to make the best of it. Try to cope and do whatever to relieve yourself as far as your mental health goes, so you're not always stressed out or find yourself in a situation where you're feeling troubled and various things like that. So try to find great hobbies, try to find something that'll cheer you up, try to find, and everything works off of energy. So if you don't really want to watch it, a lot of things that'll down your mood, that will trouble your mood and everything like that. And one recommendation I recommend, because I'm sure all of my Black American folks know this, but this is for anyone else. Listen to some smooth jazz, man. If you're driving, listen to some smooth jazz. Listen to some Anita Baker. Listen to some Patti LaBelle. Various people like that. That'll really, some Sade even. That'll cheer up your mood. If you got a home, make sure you lighten up some candles. Got good scents around. Call up your lady if or go out and meet some ladies. Hopefully, somebody that's not on the more mentally unstable end of the spectrum. And you try to enjoy life, man. You gotta get out and enjoy yourself and get out and go do some things. Which in the future on my channel I will be doing vlogs in different parts of the city to show people what I'm doing and different things like that.
Okay, thank you very much, Rakim. And if anyone has not done so, please subscribe to the 18th Feather. I think he does create some interesting topic, contents for discussion. Thank you very much, Rakim. And I'm going to put you in the background. So please don't go away. Now I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Uh, Season 3 has been a lot of ways very successful, and there have been some mistakes that I've made along the way. But as always, it's a learning experience. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who uh, put their comments in the chat. I just want to give a huge shout out to all those who appear on the panel, being the 18 Leather, Intro Boricua, and of course, Golden Goddess. And I just want to say thank you very much, because you, the audience, have helped me to achieve the success that I do have. Because if it wasn't for you, I would not be here. And I just want to give special recognition to all those who have been supporting me throughout the season, the Intro Boricua, the 18th Leather, MK, Denise, Radical, Morena, Fulana, Moon Chaser, uh, Christina, Don Armando, um, and everybody else who has saw fit to appear on my platform. I thank you very much because you don't know how much all your support, the support has means to me. It means a great deal. We'll be live on Tuesday, which will be the beginning of season 4. And the topic is what is middle age? So we're going to try to get some definition regarding the topic. And let's just keep an open mind among the things we discuss. And I encourage those who catch my material on the playback to please comment. And again, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So whenever I do prepare content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on playback. And again, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing all of you this Tuesday, which is season 4 at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, and I bid all of you a blessed day. Take care.
Be strong. Be strong.